Good evening, guys. Officials here. Okay, so being that I've already done my breakdown and prediction video on Predis versus Dorticus many months ago, and that my opinion on the outcome of that fight didn't really change much, except that the location of the fight changed place from Bridis' hometown Riga in Latvia to them ending up fighting in Munich, Germany tonight, but nothing much changed about my pick. So I'm going to do the videos on Jermell Charlo versus Jeison Rosario in this case, and later his brother, the other Charlo against Deryanchenko. Okay, so talking about Jermell versus Rosario. At first glance, I saw many problems for Rosario, who's a really tough kid and does a lot of good things in the ring, but it's not that compact, not that sharp. So the first problem I saw for him was that it was the way he throws his 1-2s. They're not very fast. So although I think for Jermell Charlo too that he's kind of telegraphing his 1-2s, although he's much more explosive with those punches. When he puts them together, he's telegraphing them less much than his tonight's opponent Jeison Rosario, but also much less than his bigger brother Jermell Rosario does. Jermell Charlo, I mean. Anyways, yeah, the way Rosario throws them is not really good because he does not bring his hands back. Even when he has his hands up, he still kinda keeps them low, and the way he throws his 1-2s, they're not really compact. He's not throwing them really short, but with exaggerated movement, and throw them kinda wide, And I saw him getting countered many times, even against much shorter J-Rock Williams. In the fight he won, his last fight. But not only that, I was able to find on YouTube and the other websites a couple of his other fights, but not many of them. Like, I watched about 3 more fights of him, and I saw the same problem. I think that he does stand a real chance against Charlo if he's able to get on the inside. Now, if he gets on the inside, what he does very well is how do I say it? His punch selection is very nice, in my opinion, and he puts up very nice combos together at mid-range and short range. He goes up and down with his punches. They're really nice combos, and he's a pretty nice body puncher. Although none of those things he does amazingly. What I'm trying to say, he's not looking amazing at doing those things, but however, I do think he's really nice. Yeah, he has a sneaky uppercut, right uppercut on the inside, left hook as well, but he stays very open for the counter punches at all ranges, even at mid-range and short range where he does rather well. He's very open for the counter punches, and I think that Jermell Charlo is much more compact than him, keeps his guards up all the time, and is really looking for that counter punch. So yeah, my point is that Jermell Charlo has a much better fundamentals, and it may cost Rosario a lot, although him winning I would not be surprised at all because of the things I just said, and especially since Jermell Charlo himself, when he's on the inside, he does not keep his punches short. He throws them very wide, kind of the same way, the same thing Rosario does at long range with his ones and twos. I saw Jermell doing the same thing with his punches at short, at mid-range. He really puts a lot of mustard on them, but he's not keeping them short, he's throwing them wide and wild. So that may be a real problem for Charlo. Yeah, Jeison Rosario creates the angles very well there at mid-range. He does well of rolling with the overhand right and countering the overhand right that way after rolling with them. But I think that one of his best weapons, if he's able to get on the inside against Jermell, is to throw left and right at mid-range and then step out, take half a step back with his rear foot, his right foot, and then counter from there with a straight right hand. So it may trouble Charlo. And despite Jeison Rosario being open for counterpunches at all ranges, the way Jermell throws his punches at that range, at short and mid-range, may still give him an opportunity to clip him. But, however, I'm still picking Charlo. I'm not sure, as you can see, how this fight is going to go, but I feel like Jeison Rosario is going to give to Jermell many opportunities to catch him clean at long range or with left hook. And I do think another thing, the last point about this fight is that Charlo, he maybe doesn't punch as hard as Rosario, but I do think he has a better chin. In fact, both Charlos have very good chins. In the case of his brother, his bigger brother Jermell Charlo, he maybe even have an iron chin, potentially. I'm not sure about it, but potentially, because nothing tells me otherwise. But yeah, I'm okay with people betting on Rosario. I think he's a very live dog. He's a very good value bet. But what's the Jamaican's name? The Jamaican he fought a few years ago, Gallimore, right? Something like that. Anyways, he's been dropped 3 times, and it was all because the exchanges with Gallimore at mid-range, and he was hitting some mean uppercuts, right uppercuts and left hooks, and those are exactly the punches that dropped him 3 times and stopped him at the end. And those punches landing on Rosario, I saw that they took out his legs, and his chin may not be that great, but I do think it's a glass chin either. But yeah, I'm picking Charlo, and in my opinion, he's going to stop him probably. I'm sorry I was not able to do a film study for both of these predictions, this one and the following one between Jermell and Derevyanchenko, because I did not have enough time. But anyways, see you on the next video that I'm about to make between a fight between Derevyanchenko and Jermell Charlo. See you.